But welcome in, welcome in. This is episode 24 of Pure Pressure Podcast. And we got a special guest, Miss Litty Kitty Magic herself.
Hey, y'all.
How are you, beautiful?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well. Well, you said your day has been amazing, so that's always good to hear.
Yes, I was over here like, yes, new beginnings. Yes.
I had, like I said, I'm in school to be a sexual education therapist, basically a sex therapist, to help people understand themselves sexually. So I'm now just getting into positions that are kind of in the field that I'm looking to be in. So I'm really excited about that.
About that, girl.
Yeah, it's definitely what I really wanted to happen, and it's happening. And then, like I said, I had a position that I started this week, and then something went left with that, and then something greater came. So it's like, okay, God, I see you. All right.
Period.
Okay.
Because rejection is redirection.
It is, because delayed is not denied.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Let the people know. But, you know what I'm saying? Today, we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, preserve the YONI. Women's sexuality and YONI health. I'm going to jump more into the sexuality part because y'all know. If you watch the podcast, you already know I have no problem discussing it.
Okay. I was sitting here trying to weigh my options. I'm like, look, what do I want? Water?
Listen, I got both too. We need both. And then I got my medication. So, like, Pure Pressure, listen, Pure Pressure, a lot of people, when I ask them to interview, I don't know what they're expecting. Even when people come in person, like, it's a conversation. It's a vibe. We just chilling. We talking. It's not like, I don't ever want it to get to the point where it's like, so what's this and what's that? And no, that's not pressure. That's not who I am. Exactly. Like, this is like a combination between Don't Call Me White Girl podcast and Drink Champs. Because we're going to smoke, we're going to drink. You can do whatever you want to, whatever you feel comfortable doing, and just vibe and have a conversation. That's all. So, you good. Okay, yeah, Tasha K, the wind down, all that, them people. But I wanted to talk about
Drink Champs for the first time. I just watched Drink Champs for the first time when Chris Brown was on there. So, and I would love to have gone on there and drank with them.
Okay, and the crazy part is I started watching podcasts by watching Drink Champs. And it's like I watched their podcasts, then I started watching $1 Million Worth of Game. Then I started watching Don't Call Me White Girl when she left $1 Million Worth of Game. Then I started watching Math Hoffer because I like battle rap. I'm a little weird. And then I love it.
I love battle
I'm
rap.
actually probably going to this event this weekend, this battle this weekend here. I'm excited. And then like I just started listening to everybody's podcast, but this was also during the time when people were telling me, you got a radio voice, you need to start a podcast, you need to do that. And I was just like, I hate my voice recorded. I hate how I sound recorded. Yes, real ones love battle rap. It's the for me. It's like it's definitely art. It's definitely art. And I love all things creative. Y'all know that. Like, I'm who I am. I like being different.
Okay. Very artsy.
Yeah. I'm
of the arts. I'm the same way. Like, I sing. I do anything creative. I like creativity.
Yeah, because I had peeped some recordings of somebody had sing something. What happened? She having service problems.
Oh
no. Okay. You okay? I mean, is it? Yeah. Can you hear us? I mean, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but It's like it's trying to focus now.
Oh Lord. Come on, service. Service don't fail me now.
Best friend, don't do that because one of my phones is on Boost Mobile. What that mean? I got two phones and one of them is on Boost Mobile.
He said this Boost Mobile. This ain't Boost Mobile. This T-Mobile. But either way, it ain't working. Let's see.
Exactly. It don't matter what mobile it is.
Right.
The mobile need to be mobiling.
Right. Okay. Because the
it's a little better right here, wherever you at right now.
All right. I ain't gonna be able to sit at my little desk then. Hold on. Look, Simon, don't be trying to not let me be great.
He talking about, oh, that's Boost Mobile cousin. You know what? Unless you offering to pay her phone bill and put her on a better plan, I need you to hush. You know what I'm saying? How you hating from outside the club? You can't even get in. Hush. This is not your episode. Yeah, he already know how I come. Don't do that.
I don't see no comment.
We on here talking, you know what I'm saying, supporting the woman. Don't be coming on here, because I be having technical difficulties sometimes too. Don't hold that up. Like the last episode was polyamory versus polygamy, and like a whole 30-minute segment that was a part of the show I had to edit out because it had no sound on it.
Oh wow.
So it be like that.
You can hear me good.
But I wanted to explain to y'all how I met her. So my friend decided to put together a Juneteenth pop-up shop, and she, had a lot of different Black-owned businesses come together. And while we were there, I got the pleasure of meeting her. And, I ordered some of her products. I got her products, and I loved them. And it wasn't really just the products, because I had purchased YONI steams before, but it was like the energy and how she explained it, how she was very knowledgeable. It wasn't like she was looking at the package, reading what was on it. She was really explaining to me how I would benefit from it, if that makes sense. It made it more personal. So stuff like that makes a memorable experience for me when I'm purchasing from somebody. So that made me want to follow her and keep up with her. And that has been 2 years or 3 years ago now.
Yeah, it's been about 3 years.
Yeah, but I've been, exactly. Litty Kitty Gang. But I have been following her, and seeing the different things that she's doing. Right now, if you need some of her products, if you use code Pressure, she's giving y'all a discount until Friday. So until tomorrow. So y'all need to tap in, go ahead and get your orders to get that kitty together, because it's summertime. But I just loved her energy. And if you know anything about Pure Pressure, if you watch any episode, then I talk about my soul tribe and the people that I've been drawn to in the last couple of years since I've been really working on myself. And she's one of those people. So that's why I wanted her to be a part of this episode. There are other people that I know that sell YONI seams and stuff like that. I just didn't get the same experience. I'm just keeping 100. And y'all know I only speak on and I only promote and press forward what I believe in. That's just how I operate. So
lessons to you, girl. First of all, this opportunity came right at the moment when I was thinking about going on a fast, and I was like, I'm really trying to feel some things out, really trying to figure out what my next step is. And I just woke up and was like, I'm going on a fast. And then my phone chimed, was like, hey girl, you want to be in the podcast? And I'm like, dang, that fast. So I literally fasted Tuesday and Wednesday. So today I'm breaking my fast. I ain't had no wine or nothing. So I might get there a little faster today because it's been a little while. But it was, I'm very appreciative and grateful to hear your experience with me because I am just a vessel, and sometimes I can get very nervous when I get in my own way. But when I open myself up to just be a vessel and to allow source energy and divine energy to flow through me, I never fail. And so it makes me nervous too, because it is a lot of
Because you better have said a word. They don't understand. They don't know. That's why I say my soul tribe. I really feel like the people that I've been drawn to, and that I feel the connection. Like, I gotta know if you're okay. I gotta know what's up. I gotta see what you're doing. Like, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I've been promoting your stuff, even when we're not having conversation, because I believe in, and I know the root behind it, the actual knowledge, the history, the actual where it comes from. Right. Not just, oh, I'm gonna order something off Amazon and I'm gonna put it in this bag and put my label on it and I'm gonna sell it to people.
Right. And the misconception with YONI seems everybody want to think that a lot of people are over sexualized. Let's just talk about that. Like, while we on this topic, a lot of people are over sexualized and they don't really understand the meaning of sexual energy. Like, sexual energy exists outside of the bedroom. Whenever you get that unction to create, whenever you get that unction to create, whenever you get that unction to be creative, that is sexual energy. Sexual energy and creative energy is one and the same.
You know, and that is exactly. And right. I'm sorry, but to add to her point, in school, I'm in school to be a sex therapist. They teach us that a lot of people who are sex addicts use creativity, like myself, to keep themselves from being overly sexual, or from dealing with people that they don't really want to deal with, just to feel that little urge or to scratch that itch. I paint. You know what I'm saying? When I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel some type of way because I'm not used to being, single, I'll paint or I'll write, stuff like that. You find different ways, because you don't want to give that energy. Once you understand what that energy is and that ritual is, you don't want to just do that with everybody.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Exactly. And a lot of people who are not in tune with their creative side will use sex as an outlet when they feel, that, because ultimately when you're having sex, you're being creative. That is how you create a whole person. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, sex magic and stuff like that comes into play, because that is when you're closest to being God. I mean, you're in your God moment when you have sex. You creating something. Either you creating a baby, you creating a disappointment, or you creating an orgasm. Like, which one you doing? But you creating something.
A soul tie.
You putting some shit together, okay? And you might want to be careful with that. Okay? But one thing, like, about creative energy, I'm gonna go back there, like I said, sexual energy is creative energy. And I don't think a lot of people correlate the two or know the two is one, because it's been many times, like even back in my church days when I used to sing on church, or I used to catch the Holy Spirit, or I used to, feel it, my emotions would come over me. I would be in it, praising God, all that, but my coochie would be throbbing. And I used to be like, what is wrong with me?
Oh my gosh. Nobody has ever said that. And I've never said that aloud to nobody. And that is so real. That is so crazy.
It's so real. Like, you can be talking to somebody. You know how most people get goosebumps? I get goosebumps too. But wait, I connect to the truth, baby. I got goosebumps. My coochie throbbing. Everything. It's like zoom, 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 zoom. Like, oh yeah.
Nipples get hard and everything.
It's some truth in this conversation, okay? Like, don't ignore your sexual energy. But I think because we are so overly sexualized, and sex has been so, so many things have been put on the pureness of sex, like perversion and all type of stuff that been added to the pureness of sex. that whenever we feel anything that's deemed as sexual, we run away from it instead of recognizing that, okay, my creative juices are flowing.
Because that's exactly what it is.
That's
That's exactly what it
it.
is.
My creative juices are flowing. Somebody knew. Somebody knew that thing was gonna start jumping. Somebody knew. You know, words tell you everything.
They definitely had know. They had know that. They had know that because they said that a long time ago. That saying been out for a long time.
Long
Long
time.
time.
Just like steaming has been out a long time. But you know, it became a trend around like I would say like 2018. I
Just
started.
like waist beads.
Yes. And ain't it your sister that's on my waist beads? I think it's your sister. I met her that same day.
That's not my sister.
Oh.
So that was my best friend. I was making waist beads and bracelets and she was buying them from me, and then she decided to start making the same products that I was making. And that was the first event she had ever done.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah.
But yeah, her. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
her.
was her.
All right. All right. Cool. Well, look, creative energy. One thing about it, what they say, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And the thing is this: we all live on different planes and different dimensions when it comes to your energy, right? And your frequency and the things that you attract based on who you are. So it's going to be a lot of people doing the same things that you do. And it's going to be a lot of people that want to do what you do. But the thing that differentiates is the intention, right? So I definitely feel you know what I'm saying, how you feel. But it is what it is.
Oh no, that was, like I said, that was like 3 years ago. It
Yeah.
is what it is as far as that's concerned, because I do understand the difference. I even saw it even at that event. There was a difference.
Yeah.
But to each his own. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other people that were before me that were doing it too. It was the way that it was done that caused the issue. And
Right.
that wasn't the only issue. But
It's that's the thing. Like, people don't understand, like, your intentions are louder than your actions. Like, to me anyway. Because I can feel you can do whatever, but I can feel your heart. I literally can feel your heart, your intentions, why you do what
when you really tap into your women's intuition for
yeah,
real, and it's not just women's intuition, but the women's intuition is different than men's intuition.
it is.
It's way different. So it's like, how you playing with God?
Okay, because you can't.
How
Baby,
you playing with God?
you can't play.
Like, I knew before you told me. Like, I knew more of what's going on before you told me the tidbit that you gave me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You
Um,
can't God. And the reason why women's intuition can be a little stronger than men is because we carry the womb. So, that's a hollow place where God dwells. That is where a lot of your creative energy comes from.
mm.
That's when you tap into that source energy. Like, who's bringing forth life here? Like,
Exactly.
so,
You
know,
can't forget that part.
mm-hmm.
So,
That's why.
what got you into doing the Yanni stings?
Okay, what got me into doing the Giannis things is, as a child, more so like an adolescent and a teenager, I dealt with low self-esteem. I dealt with, not thinking I was pretty, being a brown skin girl, and then I had, acne real bad, and I had low self-esteem around the time. So I found comfort once I got in high school. I found comfort in having sex, and because I felt like it was something I was good at. You know what I'm saying? It was something that I was good at. It was something that brought me attention, regardless what type of attention it brought me attention. Like, niggas knew. Niggas knew.
Like,
But
oh,
no,
you know,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? They knew. And so I went through that phase of low self-esteem and like wanting to feel thing and wanting to feel loved and wanting to do this. But you know, with everything comes consequences. So it was also around that time I started discovering BV, like bacterial vaginosis, which is when your pH balance is off, and sometimes you have an odor, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's pressure when you pee, you know, stuff like that. It wasn't a venereal disease, but it was in a bacterial infection.
Mm-hmm.
So I would get that off and on, you know, like sometimes I go to get checkups and she'd be like, oh yeah, you have BV, Christina, da 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 da. Like, why do it keep coming back, bro? Like, when is
No, I completely understand because my doctor was just like, some women just stay moist down here, so you're just prone to I was just like, what?
Girl, and then
I'm just prone to it.
What you mean? Right.
Like,
So
no.
I'm wiping front to back, baby. I'm changing the towels. At this point, I ain't even using no washcloth. I don't want nothing down there but water. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm tired of keep going through this, you know? So I started my spiritual journey for things within my life. I had read this book called Self-Realization of a Goddess, and I might be a little all over the place because I'm trying to put pieces together because, you know, time is an illusion and the timeline get all messed up in my head sometimes. But I had started my spiritual journey first. And that's when I was like, you know what, let me try some natural remedies because I wanted to get away from, you know, just taking an antibiotic and you take it for 3 days and then you be like, all right, it's good now. And then you throw it in the cabinet and then next thing you know, they came back. You're not disciplined at all. Like, it was just so much. And then that's the time where I'm like wilding out. I'm heavily drinking and smoking and all that anyway. So that had a lot to do with it as well. So I just had to take
Yeah, that's why I like people look at my cabinets and see all the herbs and stuff and they're like, all this is for you to cook. No. Most of this is for my teas and stuff. Y'all don't understand, like, if I'm drinking, especially on the weekends when I decide to sip like I am right now, oh, I flush. My
right.
body, no. I'm a green tea, spring water, alkaline water drinker all the time. Eating lemons. Y'all don't even understand. It's
Yeah,
cinnamon and turmeric in every goddamn thing that I fix and that I drink.
I love it.
And
It's
right now, the water that I got over here got chlorophyll in it. Like, y'all play with somebody else.
exactly.
Cause I know me. I keep this thing right.
Okay. And
Preserve the YONI.
preserve, honey.
Preserve. Cause it's a good one. Like you said, they know.
They
Oh, they
know.
know.
Oh, they know. They do.
Know.
They know.
Okay.
And let me tell you, this womb has has raised some beautiful men. And I have two that belong.
Period.
I
I only have one that belongs to me that I birthed. I got
right.
2 daughters, 2 queens
Okay.
and a prince. You know, so 2 princesses and a prince. However, the ones that I didn't, man, listen.
That part. This woman has raised some beautiful men. But
I
the
be
thing,
looking like, I'm so proud of you. Look at you. Just look.
and that's the thing, like, and you know, I went through that phase too. I wanted to be Miss Fixer Upper because I feel like I was fixing myself up, and I got some tools now, and now I can fix the world, and I can fix you, nigga, too. So come on, and let's get this fixed, healed ass pussy, and let me change your life. So you know,
And what's crazy, it wasn't until I started school that I realized that I couldn't fix them. It was
girl,
like I was using just the street experience and knowledge that I have figured out, like the trials and error, trial and error that I was doing. That, oh, this ain't work. Don't do that. Do this type thing. But when I actually got some books and some science behind it and some knowledge, not just from school, but also from talking to my elders and researching my family and stuff like that, and just the West Indian cultures and all that type of stuff, and Yoruba and Ifa and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Then it was like, oh no, I know what to do for you, but I'm gonna let you. It's your journey.
Yeah, it's
This your journey.
I don't even know if I do for you no more. Like, I done got to a place now where it's really hard for me to sometimes, let me say this, sometimes it's hard for me to know when to extend my services or my help now, because it's like I have tried so many times, have, you know, been in a place so many times where I was somebody's source, like somebody's source of energy or some source of affirmation, of confidence all the time.
Child, the confirmation. The confirmation. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're good. I have gotten to a point where I'm like, God, look, I feel like now I am seated in my creative space, and I no longer have to turn shit into gold, because I have been an alchemist for so long where I just take anything because I'm magical enough to turn it into something. And now God has me in a place where you don't have to do that anymore. And at first it was just like, I kept trying to go back. Like, no, give me shit. Give me some bullshit. Give me some bullshit so I can. And like, no, girl, you don't need that. You don't have to hurt no more. Let's create from a blank slate. If you didn't have to turn shit into gold, how would you get the gold? Can you just get it? Do you know how to just get it? And so that's where I'm at now. So, I have a tough time.
I just got there.
Yeah.
I just got there. Like in the last 90 days, got there.
Facts. Me too.
And it's crazy, the transformation, like thinking about 3 months ago versus the last 90 days and how I've been moving and how I think about stuff and processing is way different.
Yeah.
And the abundance is so clear.
Woo. Let me tell you, that abundance thing, the downloads that I've been getting about abundance. And y'all might think that we off subject. Let me talk to the people real quick. Y'all might think that we off subject, but this all goes hand in hand, because one thing about your YONI, it is a part of the universe. Like, you don't understand that as above, so below. Okay, so they say the abundance of life and death is in your tongue. Be careful what you speak out your mouth. It's a reason why you have lips up here and lips down there. It's the same thing. So when we talk about the things that are going on as far as growth is concerned, as far as learning and progressing and elevating, that has everything to do with the YONI. Okay, so I just wanted to address that in case people think we off subject. But darn. Okay.
But
where I was going, but
Lord, we both just blanked out. But basically, I just realized, like, it's more, I don't know, like, you attract more of what you really need when you're not looking for what you want.
Exactly.
So me sitting in my feminine energy, it's crazy because I'm not looking for anybody, but people looking for me.
Mm-hmm.
People is looking for me, and I'm just like, where is y'all coming from? Like, I need y'all to relax. I'm chilling. Like, I'm cool. I'm really not focused on that. I'm working on the stuff that I know that I need to heal from, because even, you know, the childhood part, I've dealt with that part. But now I'm dealing with the parts of me that's been since, like, I've been 21. The stuff that I've experienced and, you know, the things I've had to go through as an adult. And so it's like, I'm chilling.
The residual things,
like,
people don't understand, like, when you get to the point of healing where you're doing like shadow work and you're like really digging inside of yourself to figure out why you do what you do, and you start holding yourself accountable. Because one thing that I learned about the universe and about energy is that You are so powerful. Everything that you go through or that you went through, you summons that to you.
You breaking up, boo.
Oh, Lord. You know what? This fucked up. Let me see. Because I sit outside. Oh, man.
I feel like it's just testing you every now and then.
It
don't matter where you go.
Girl, everything has been a test, so I ain't even surprised. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move around like I've been doing.
I know that's right.
Nobody going to stop me from saying what the hell I got to say. So if I got to sit on my porch, we're going to finish this daggone podcast. So, dang, what was that?
You were talking about when you start doing the shadow work and when you tap in.
Yeah, so the thing about it is the hardest thing is acknowledging where you have neglected to hold yourself accountable, right? So tap into the power of divinity, divine power within. You recognize that everything that you've ever went through, you summons. You summons that situation, that experience. You summons that to happen for your growth. Even as a baby, even whatever happened, your spirit summons that to happen for your growth. So my shadow work began, I had to forgive myself for not knowing what to do or for not knowing what to say. It ain't no secret. Like, I feel like statistically, probably 85% if you are black and lived in a black home, you've been touched inappropriately. As a child, you know what I'm saying? And hardest thing for me to like really accept responsibility or accountability for that. And it wasn't that, you know what I'm saying, it was my fault that it happened, but I had to hold myself accountable for how I went about it. Because at the end of the day, I was a child and I didn't know what to say, so I had to forgive myself for that. Because what you don't realize, you hold on to guilt and shame from things, and it ain't the situation that's holding you back; it's the guilt and the shame that holds you back from living at your fullest potential. But you have to forgive yourself.
Facts.
Not only do you have to forgive the person that did it or the people that did it, you have to forgive yourself for allowing somebody to steal a piece of you to prevent you from moving forward. Because at the end of the day, when your faith kicks in and when your belief kicks in and when your divine power kicks in, you recognize that shit, even that, happened for a reason. Because
and I definitely agree. Like, it took a long time, and that's what I mean. I dealt with, and I thought I had dealt with what happened to me as a child, but it didn't happen to me just when I was a child. It happened to me as an adult as well. So I dealt with when it happened to me as a child and who it happened with as a child. You know what I'm saying? Even me and that person had a conversation before they passed, and I forgave them and, let it be. However, the person that did it to me as an adult, I saw that person like a few years ago in the store and I lost it. Like, it just like broke me. Like, I just crumbled. Like, I was driving and I was like shaking and stuff trying to make it home, and they like followed me down the street and I lost it. Like, so, and then that person, like, I saw on the news or something, somebody killed that person like 2 or 3 weeks after I saw that person in the store. So I didn't get a chance to talk to that person because I wasn't in a place to when it happened. So it was like that part, I thought I had dealt with it when he died. I thought, like, okay, he died, it's over with, whatever. But I never really dealt with it. I never really healed it. I never really confronted it. So in situations that I have been in recently, it's like it's presented itself and it's triggered. Certain things have triggered it. And it's like, okay, so we got to deal with this now. So that's why I say I'm chilling, because I have to fix that. Like,
right.
me feeling like I have to carry a pistol everywhere I go, no matter if I know the person or not, that's not okay.
Yeah, because, you don't.
You know what I'm saying? Because what I had to recognize in that situation is both times that situation has happened to me, it's not been somebody that's been a stranger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
people don't understand that date rape is real. You just because you are dating someone or because someone has given you their body once before,
Does
if they
not.
say no
Right.
and you take it from them, that is rape.
It is. And people don't understand that. And even if, let me tell you something. In my situation as an adult, what happened was, I was at a friend's house. Everybody got wasted. I ended up having to stay the night. And I woke up in the middle of the night and somebody was touching on me. And so I'm grown, they grown, but I had gotten to a point where I couldn't. I don't know if y'all ever been this drunk, but I was like to where you are completely aware of what is going on. You can feel,
But
you
you
can
can't really do anything.
speak, you can't move, you can't. Girl, like I was at that point where like my body was suspended, but my spirit was very much awake and alive. And I'm like, what? No, he is not touching on me. You know what I'm saying? And then it didn't, thank God it didn't go as far as it could have, but it went far enough for me to be very disgusted and
Uncomfortable.
and violated. I felt I had already been through that before as a kid, as an adolescent, and now as an adult. So, and then it's funny because people they don't take it seriously at all. They don't take it seriously at all. It's just like, well, maybe I can have a conversation. What am I going to talk about? Nigga, I was there. You were there. What is there to talk about?
And that's what, like, the guy, when he saw me in the store, he, like, screamed my name, and I just took off. Like, are you seriously calling me and you following me? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what the fuck you did. And it was just like, I don't know if he was trying to make amends or
Right.
he, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but it was just like, I was not in the space to accept that. And the crazy part is, like I said, that happened when I was like 22.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when I saw him, I was like 31.
Mm.
So it was like, for me to be by myself and that to happen when it did, and then me to be as close as I was to my home and him to follow me down the street, it was just like,
Yeah. It's
it just
very.
put me in a crazy headspace. So now it's like, I notice like certain things about myself are super masculine.
Mm-hmm.
I sit in my masculine energy majority of the time because I don't feel secure. I don't feel safe. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm always wondering, I'm always watching, I'm always like, I just told my friend today, like, I back in when I park and stuff like that, and guys be like, oh, you used to deal with a drug dealer. No, I do that for me.
Right.
Like, that's for my comfort. I ride with a pistol, like I said, for me. I went and got my concealed license for me because I have been violated. I've had so many people take not just my body from me, from money from me, try to take my children from me, try to take my livelihood from me. I've had people take everything from me. So I feel like I'm always on guard. And so that's why when people like, oh, you got it, you independent. No, help me. Somebody.
Right.
Like, no,
Help.
I don't. I
And we.
want to be feminine. Like, I
Right.
love to cook and to clean and tend to my person and make them happy and take trips and do the family stuff. I like doing that stuff, but I have to be secure. I can't be doing that and be worrying about if we're going to be homeless when we get back from vacation. I can't do that and have to worry about, or you're going to hit me upside my head if I wear something you don't like. I can't do that if I have to worry about if I don't want to, have sex, you're going to take it from me. I can't do that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, a lot of people confuse um, being not fully healed with
Mm,
being bitter.
right.
And being bitter to me is when you're not healed at all and you're not trying to heal. You have no intention of healing. You taking on that trauma as your response to everything. That's just you just living in it. When you're not fully healed, you're aware of what it is you need to work on and you're consciously trying to work on it, but you just need somebody to help you, like, or to wait it out with you while you figure it out. Like, and that's where I am. Like, I know I give off a lot of aggressive energy, and I know I give off a lot of, like, oh, don't talk to me. But if you know me, then you know, like, I'm a goofball. I'm naturally funny. We gonna laugh, we gonna trip, we gonna talk about crazy stuff. Like, I'm definitely a vibe. But I also, like I said in previous podcasts, I know everybody doesn't deserve my energy.
That part. Because one thing that I've learned is, like, you have, like, okay, so your masculine energy, of course, is like your protector. Your ego is also a protector. So a lot of people always say, oh, get out of ego, get out of ego. But, ego can be a good thing sometimes, like, depending on what it's being used for. So your ego can be your protector, but masculine energy, a lot of men and a lot of people in general don't understand that us women usually fall into our masculine energy when we had the lack of masculine energy around, and a lot of people don't understand we fall into our masculine energy when we're overwhelmed, especially if it's a single parent. If you're a single woman, and you're raising children, it's easy to, relax to that masculine energy because now you have to be both anyway for the children. And then, that masculine energy is giving, giving, giving. Feminine energy is receptive and receives. The woman opens up and receives, the man gives. But when you're constantly giving, 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 when it's time to receive, you don't know how. You don't know how. And even when you get to the point of healing and you go deep down and you start cleaning out them cobwebs, dealing with your own stuff, even then sometimes it's hard to be completely receptive because it's like the residual hurt and the residual trauma comes up, and it's like, okay, I know that I've healed from this. I know that I've done this differently, and I have seen the results of doing something differently, and I don't want to go back. So now ego steps in, the masculine energy comes back in, and it's like, no, we ain't going back there, bro. Back up. We ain't going back there. Yeah, this is too good to be true. No, hell no, get away from me. So
so prime example of what you just said. Mm-hmm. Today, I was with a friend, and my friend was like, you hungry? You want to go get something to eat? I was like, I ain't trying to buy nothing outside. Like, I'm ready to go home and cook. And they like, I ain't asked you about, you know what I'm saying, paying for nothing. I asked you, was you hungry? Like, let's go, you know what I'm saying, get fed. Like, let's go eat. And even though the conversation, you know what I'm saying, we joked it off, the conversation ended, we went and got something to eat and stuff. In my mind, because of where I am in my journey, I processed that differently. And I was like, you're so used to always having to pay for everything. You're used to your you know what I'm saying, the person you're with expecting you to pay for your own food. You're used to paying most of the bills. You're used to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I was thinking about it. Like, we were sitting there eating, and that's what was on my mind. Like, and it's crazy because it's so self-conscious, you know what I'm saying, subconscious when I'm thinking about that stuff and I'm processing that stuff and healing. And it's like, I'm just sitting there, like, enjoying the vibe, but I'm also thinking, like, you sitting here actively healing. Mm-hmm. Like, you're actively processing this in a whole different way. You actively, like, letting your guard down. I was talking to somebody about a job, and she was like, I got you. Like, I told you I had you. I'm going to make sure you good. This, that, and the third. She was like, I remember you saying you're not used to help. And I was like, yeah, I don't know how to accept help.
I'm the same.
It's about to make me cry.
Girl, you better open up and receive how to accept help, because I'm going to tell you where I'm at right now. I was and going and get it out, girl, because guess what? Releasing is healing as well. Like, releasing is definitely a part of healing. And see, I'm a Pisces, I'm a crybaby, so it don't bother me none. It don't bother me none. I can
Yo,
cry.
somebody just told me the other day, I'm a Taurus. Somebody told me the other day, was like, yo, you act like a water sign. And that's
Yeah.
fine. I have no water in my chart. I have no water in my chart. And that's
But
fine, though.
they say that water signs are very compatible with Tauruses. So I
I
don't know.
know everybody, most of the people that's drawn to me are water signs or air signs.
Girl,
Jesus.
you don't look
Stress
happy.
me out. They stress me out. Oh my God. Jesus. All of them want to be fixed, Lord. Everybody want to be fixed. Fix me, goddamn it! Somebody fix me.
Girl, but the thing is, you can't fix them. The only person,
Exactly.
and they can't fix you. And the only person that can fix you is you. And the only person that can fix them is them. And so,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like realizing stuff like that, and even like, I just had a conversation with my mom a couple of weeks ago, and it was just like she don't know how to accept help. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like me being of age now and me trying to do stuff for her, she don't know how to receive that. She doesn't know how to. She
you
just
know,
does it.
you know what I had to realize, because I was a person that didn't know how to accept help either. Because, and I'll tell you why. Like, my background, I'm the middle child of 4 girls. When I grew up, I sometimes felt like I didn't know how to do stuff. I felt stupid sometimes. Like, my big sister did a whole lot for me, and I relied on my big sister and my mom for validation all the time. I told you I went through a big stage of having low self-esteem and low self-worth. So I relied on my
Mm-hmm.
sister and my mom really to confirm every decision in my life. Like, I relied on them to really,
Ooh,
like,
child.
I lived through them. Like, I could, if I had to make a,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm a Pisces. One fish coming, one fish going. So I'm constantly fucking
Jesus.
growing up. So I'm like, I always relied on my mom and my sister to put me out of my misery when it came to making decisions. And so I kind of lost my identity a lot along the way. And so when I got to a place of, really taking control over my own life and really acknowledging my own energy and finding my voice and holding myself accountable and things like that, it made it even
Mm-hmm.
harder to accept help. Like, because it's like, I got it. I got this. And girl be downright broken, disgusted, dry. And you be like, no, let you, let, let me figure it out.
Facts. No, you need the help. You just can't take it.
But listen, you better learn how to take it, because what happened to me, I got beat down to crumbs, to where God was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're going to learn how to accept help today, because you ain't got no other. Okay? So you're going to be that damn stupid. You know how they say, what they say? Too ugly to trick, too stupid to steal. Something like that. You know how they talk about, like, homeless people. They be like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still. God looked at me like, girl, you gonna be that stupid to keep turning away help, and you know you need it? Are you gonna be
Mm-hmm.
that stupid? Like, first of all, I come in many forms. I'm spirit, so I gotta come through a vessel. So when you turning people away, you turning me away. I sent the motherfucker. I sent them to help you. What you think?
Exactly.
The wind gonna pay your bills? You waiting on me? You waiting on spirit? Oh, you waiting on me? So you think the wind gonna get up and go put this money in your account and pay your bills? Like, here's the disconnect.
Exactly.
Keep this help, and if you don't, I'm gonna make sure you do, because you ain't gonna have no other choice. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then a lot.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a work in progress. It's
Yeah,
not something. That's why I said today. That's why it made me cry, because me realizing that I'm actively healing, like I'm consciously waking up and giving gratitude. I'm writing it out automatically for any and everything I can think of. Like I'm automatically manifesting. I'm automatically praying. I'm automatically giving my offerings. Like it's not even conscious. Like it's just like it's a part of me now, and it's the me realizing that, it makes me emotional because I remember when I was in a space when I lacked faith in everything because of what I was going through in my love life and as far as my stability and stuff like that. Like I tell a lot of people, my biggest thing and my biggest fear is being homeless again. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I've always lived in my masculine, because I didn't have that stability growing up and I didn't have that stability in relationships. I always had to be in my masculine. When I was in my masculine, things got taken care of. When I wasn't, when I tried to be feminine and just try to receive, it's always put me in positions that I've had to get myself out of. So what? I end up back in my masculine. So now it's like trying to find the balance when I'm not really involved in a relationship, just trying to do it on my own because it needs to be done, period. So that I can receive what I need, and seeing myself do it, it just feels different. It feels weird.
And you should be proud. You should be proud, and I know you are. And the thing that helps, like, the thing that really helps moving from your masculine to your feminine energy is recognizing the creator. So, like, we, started off the conversation about women's intuition, and I said, the woman has the womb. So that's how you know that women's intuition can be a little stronger than men's intuition at times, because we hold the space to create as God, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That space is creating completely as and with God. So the thing that helps move from masculine to feminine is jumping into the creator mode. So we have called free will, right? But we are completely connected to God. Like, everybody has God within them, but we have free will, so we get to choose what path we want to take. As long as we connected to source, we're gonna get our lessons, boom, we're gonna go this way, boom, go that way, boom. You know what I'm saying? But when it gets to the point where you're not feeling like you're aligned, and you feel like you've given, which is masculine, of course, you done gave all you can give, and you're not getting you're not seeing any reciprocity, like you're not receiving your energy back, then that's a blatant call to jump into the creator position. So with faith and trust,
Mm-hmm.
you can let go of fear, but you have to step into true faith and trust, and you have to trust in the power within yourself to create another way. And even if it sounds crazy, like make believe, baby, listen, you can really sit in your car and say, you know what? I don't want to live this type of life where I have to carry my pistol everywhere I go. I don't want to have to back my car. I don't want to be afraid. Fear, I love you, fear, for protecting me. You know what I'm saying? It's fear that keeps you from touching something hot. It's fear that keeps you from jumping out the damn window. It's fear that keeps you from driving your damn car off the bridge. I accept you, fear, and I love you for what you do and how you protect me, baby. But in this moment of my life, I do also accept that I don't have to live like this. And what I'm choosing to do is to step into my creative power and create another way. Thank you for getting me here. I accept all the lessons that I've learned. I accept all the things that have happened to me, and I'm going to turn that bullshit into gold. And I don't no longer need you. I don't need to be afraid anymore. I get it. You know what I'm saying? And then you sit in that feminine, divine, creative energy, and you say, okay, God, let's go. Let's go. We ain't gonna be afraid. We gonna try something different today. I'm gonna fully trust you, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, and I know that I know that I'm protected out here in the streets. Period. Period. I know I have this angel, that archangel, that ancestor. I'm connected completely to source, to God. I'm walking in shining from the inside out. What do I need to be afraid of? I have no reason to. Fear does not, I mean, like I said, fear has its place, but baby, not, no, not here. It don't have a place here, you know?
This
And
is
then,
why she here, y'all.
you know, and I can't talk about anything I haven't been through. Like, once you realize that you don't have to hurt no more, like, once you really, and I didn't grasp a lot of that concept, but I still, you know, have residual trauma, you know, and I believe a lot of times that things are too good to be true sometimes. But there is a
I
thing.
believe it all the time.
There,
I don't know how to let my guard down.
it's because you don't trust. That's all. Like, you got to build up your trust and your faith, and then it's going to be situations. See, I'd rather you take the constant effort to intentionally build your trust versus having situations come where trust is the only thing you have. You see what I'm saying? So when you write your grateful list and you're giving out your gratefulness and your appreciative energy back to the universe, say, help me to trust you. Help me to trust myself. Because the thing is, we don't trust ourselves. That's the real problem. That's the real problem and the real reason why we think things are too good to be true. Because we don't trust ourselves. And we would rather.
And that comes from the fucked up decisions that I made before when I wasn't in the headspace that I'm in now. So it's
Right.
like, do I trust myself? Is this, you know what I'm saying? Is this the right decision? I never really know until it's too late. That's how, that's been the pattern of my life. So it's kind of hard to just be like,
You
all
got to figure
right,
it out.
this is what it looks like it is.
Right. Because what happens is you're still holding on to the energy of the lower vibrating you. So every time you grasp a lesson and you heal, you become a better version of yourself. And you don't forget those other versions, but they're not in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So when you get to a place where you're elevated to another level, your lower selves that you've graduated from, they want to be relevant. So let's say, okay, did you say hold on?
I had to go get this charger. This bug is about to die.
Oh, you good. Can you hear me? Am
You
I
still
breaking?
trying to get your connection together?
Yes. Y'all, it's a lot of trees around here. So, and when I go live, I don't
You
usually
got
say
me in here crying, Lord. Look at my
because
daggone nose.
it's
Rudolph.
because I'm a crybaby. It's not my crybaby.
Rudolph. Okay, so that's another thing. So when I was brought up, my mom is real, you know what I'm saying? Me and my mom are both Tauruses.
Boo.
So this
Mm.
all day, 5 days apart. Um, my mom is very. My mom was always, don't show a man your feelings. Don't express how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them know they got your heart. Be hard. Like, don't chase them. You know what I'm saying? Don't be this, da da da. And it was like she was always, I was taught like a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy. Like, you gotta be like that. So that's like why now I cry like so freaking easy and I hate it. But it's because I'm healing that part of myself. Like if something touch me, I'm gonna let it out. If
Yeah.
something, resonates and it feels me like that, I'm gonna let it out. But it's other people that, you know what I'm saying, feel some type of way about it and don't like it and feel okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going back to suppressing my emotions all the time. Y'all going back to acting like I don't feel some type of way about a situation or some. No, I'm not doing that. Because I know what that was turning me into. It was turning me into a hateful person. It was turning me into a conniving person, manipulative person, a person who was about to be a narcissist, straight up.
Yeah.
And the way that I think and the way that I process stuff, if I really let myself go into that mode that I was on my way into, I would hurt a whole lot of people.
Exactly, because hurt people. And you got to realize water holds memory, right? Water holds memory. And we're made up of 90% water. So when you're feeling and you cry, you're releasing some of the bad memories. And so you're releasing and then you replenish yourself with good things, and your cells, you clean your cells out. Like, everything starts with energy first. Like, it all starts inside. And that is why that's our slogan at Little Kitty Magic. Like, we illuminate from the inside out. And everything starts on the inside. So it was something that you were saying that I really wanted to oh, faith and trust. Faith and trust. Because that's like the main thing. That is the main thing when it comes to manifesting and living in your divine feminine energy, which ultimately is healthy for your sexuality and your yoni, is being in your divine feminine energy. And faith and trust is the main ingredients to be able to do that. Because what happens is you have to trust the process. You have to take the lessons, learn them, heal, forgive, continue to love, and keep going until you build yourself up enough to trust that where I am in this level, where I am in this dimension, where I am on this plane, on this playing field, I'm going to attract something good. And so you're not going to have to doubt or be that something's going to go wrong. If it does go wrong, you're going to say, I trust God. I trust myself.
It is what it is.
To know that even if something goes wrong, baby, I needed that. Thank you. Like, you can't beat me down no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no, I have to hurt and pull myself back together anymore, because the faith and the trust is so strong that I know that anything that comes to me, I sent for it, regardless of whether it hurts, regardless of whether, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't my ideal situation, whatever. Anything that comes to me, I sent for it, because anything that doesn't belong to me is not, period. You can't find me. You can't.
Like I've been saying recently, like, things I recognize now, things happen for me and not to me. Like, it could be something that I thought I really wanted and it doesn't happen how I thought it's supposed to happen. And it's like later on, it don't even take that long no more, because I'm so chimed into it and I pay attention so much. It doesn't take long for me to recognize that that wasn't supposed to happen. Like, I just recently had something that I thought would have been one of the best things to ever happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, something that I really wanted, that I didn't even know I wanted. You know what I'm saying? It was just presented to me. And then it was taken away, and it was just like literally within 24 hours, I recognized why it was taken away from me.
Right.
Like, it was like, oh, okay.
You said a major piece. You didn't know you wanted it. That's why it didn't happen. That's why it didn't happen, because you are the powerful one. You're going to attract whatever's for you. If you didn't know you wanted it, that was an indication it won't go through. Right? I mean, yeah,
it's for me, and I know it's for me.
Right.
When it's for me, I know it's for me, and that I don't doubt. That I definitely recognize. It's it's very evident when something is for me. And like, I always joke with my friends, like, my ancestors know I'm hard headed, so they give me confirmations in threes because my my number is 33. And I decided to take a trip to New Orleans for my 33rd birthday.
Okay.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot about my culture. I learned a lot about me spiritually. I learned a lot. So, yeah.
I want to go to New Orleans.
Let me tell you. I felt like I was at home. I definitely, like, they thought I was... They was talking to me like they was talking, and I was like, huh? They was like, you don't understand? I was like... Because they talk fast.
Yes.
But I had a ball.
I love that accent. That's one of my favorite accents.
But I went on Bourbon Street and stuff like that, but I went to some of the non-touristy parts too, because that's what I was there for. Yeah. I was in a lot of grave sites when I was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to go get myself together.
Yeah. I definitely want to visit NOLA. Like, I'm 33 too, and I know that this is I claim this as my, you know, and people be like, but you died at 33, and I'm like, yeah, so did I, because I'm birthing a new me. Like, don't forget he rose again. Okay, if you want to talk about the story, y'all want to keep saying he died at 33. What about 3 days later though? Okay, so
it's the 333 for me.
Okay. Don't try to play and
I just wish sometimes people would listen to some of the stuff they say when they say it. Sometimes they don't even resonate. It doesn't resonate what they're saying. Like, you just said 333. Look it up. Like, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. If you knew better, you do better.
What I'm saying. Exactly. So I think, you know, like I said, I think that confirms where I am trying to be, like, in this creative space. And I know that you say you're really just getting into this space of actually creating. And my advice to you is to rely on that faith and trust, because you definitely going to need it, because you got to trust. First of all, I know that there's things that were told to you, or promises that were made to you, or promises that you made yourself, that you remind yourself of to keep going every day. And a lot of things that happen to us is just to be those reminders when we can't think of how to create our next path or how to create our next moment. So you get those reminders like, okay, let's remember this is where you don't want to be. But I think we've gotten so stuck in, you know, living a life that shows us what we don't want.
I've been stuck in survival mode.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
And living a life that shows us what we don't want to determine what we do want, right? But I think we're moving over and changing a new leaf to creating what we do want without having to learn.
Yes, and it's so crazy. I just, like I said, literally 90 days ago, I woke up and was just like, yeah, I'm not going to be here long. Like, I literally just woke up like, yeah, I'm probably leaving Virginia soon. Like, and that's really how I feel. And I've talked to my mom about it. My mom is even leaving where she is. My mom is in Colorado. She about to move to New York. Like, we're all moving. Like, we just woke up with it, and the opportunities are presenting themselves. And it's like, I could move somewhere else here. Even if I do move somewhere else here, I'm moving out of where I am. This is no longer for me. That I know. No matter what the circumstances are at this current moment, this is not for me. It's something else waiting for me. But also within the next 2 years, I'm moving to Georgia. I'm out of here.
Okay.
I've already seen it. Like, I've seen it. Like, I've seen my house. I've seen my car. I've seen my kids playing in the yard. I've seen taking them to school. I have seen it.
Yes.
Like, clear, like, vividly.
Do you know that the man not imagine vividly in picture anything that it hasn't seen before? So if you ask a blind man to imagine in his mind a red apple, he cannot do that. That goes to show you source energy, God energy within you. If you already saw it, it's there. You can't imagine something that hasn't happened. Like,
yeah,
showing you the path. Just like when they write movies, guess what? They write the beginning last. They write the beginning last, and they do all to lead back to the beginning, and then they put the story together. So if you already know the ending. That's why you can imagine it. That's why it comes to you. We're just living out the middle. And I said this to my, Liddy gang earlier. What is a movie without twists and turns, a thickened plot, a climax, this, that, and the third? Like, enjoy the ride. It ain't that serious. It really ain't that serious because you know where you going. You know where you going. You know what's for you. You know what's for you. It's not the destination that's fulfilling. It's learning to be fulfilled with the journey. Learning to accept and be fulfilled in the journey. Like, oh, I'm riding with this. Oh, okay. What's going on today? Don't feel good. It's okay. Turn that shit around. What's going on tomorrow? Like being in love with the journey, because the trust and the faith allows you to be completely in love with the journey, because like you said, anything that happens to me is happening for me. And thank goodness I get a gift today to put me forward to tomorrow. Thank goodness I get a gift today that's going to propel me forward into my journey a week from now. Like, and I think being present really helps you to activate your faith and your trust, like being present in today only and recognizing that today is all you have. If you tack on all the things you want to do by the time 5 years from now, or things that
you be
happen
stressed
5 years
out. That
ago,
24 hours gonna be long, boy.
and no, you're gonna be messed up, because guess what? Yesterday is a memory now. Tomorrow is an imagination. So what you doing all this thinking for? You got today, and you wasting today's time worrying about tomorrow
Or yesterday.
And today looking at you like,
and you can't get to either one of them no faster, and you can't get to either one of them ever again after you get to them.
Ever. Because it's only today that you ever get to. It's only today you ever get to. So one thing I started saying is, when I wake up in the morning, today will be the first day of the best of my life. Today, the first day of the best of my life. Period. And whatever happens today, baby, it was the best I could do today. This was the best. Sometimes the best is cussing you out. Sometimes sometimes the best is releasing things that you've been holding on to, or giving energy back where it came from. Sometimes the best is calling your energy back. You said people be coming out the woodworks, you don't know where they came from. Yeah, call your energy back. You're gonna see a whole lot of people showing up.
I did. That's what happened. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to stop speaking my life. So I've been calling back my energy for the last 3 years also. Like, when I recognize people, like I said, come out the woodwork and I call my energy back, it still draws, it's like it draws them in more. Like, they try harder instead of them going away. And I'm just like, no, I just don't want the leeching. I don't want the leeching.
Because calling your energy back doesn't mean that you're getting rid of people. When you say, okay,
I know.
It just lets you know who's feeding off of you. Because when you call your energy back, they come out the woodworks like, girl, what you doing? Where you been? You done took away their source. It's like crack. And people feasting off energy.
It's like crazy. And it really is. And the thing about it is what I just recognize so much that I don't speak on. I used to feel like I had to speak on everything. And now I just sit in my gift. So I don't feel the need to express, what I'm saying, what it is. And of course people take it for granted because I don't speak on it. But it's so It's so prevalent and it's so strong now. It's so strong. Like just like I've seen that scenery in my dreams, I've seen other things in my dreams, and it's just like,
Yeah, your dreams are vital with paving the way for your life. You know?
Especially when I remember them, to wake up
Yeah,
and write them down.
yes, yes, that is key. And then when I go back and look, because see, I have a habit of writing my dreams down every day, and I don't never go back and look at them. But when I do go back, I be like, and I have to go back because for one, like I have a gift to be able to connect to the spirit world. So it's so much that goes on. Sometimes I have a hard time. Is this, did I dream this, or is this happening, or where did this happen at? Like, which life did I live this already? You know what I'm saying? So when I go back through my dream journal, and I be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then you have to realize also that God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, deals with us in type, symbols, and shadows so that we can understand. So writing down your dream is very important because you might see a monkey jumping off a cliff, and that means something totally different. Like, because the human mind is one of the lowest vibrating things or species on this daggone planet. It's ghetto here. So, we gotta read books with the
Ain't
pictures,
it
like
though?
the elementary.
I have a painting that's called Earth is Ghetto, and it's right over there.
Yes, it is. It really is.
It is.
So God is trying to break stuff down and give us the elementary books with the pictures that go with the words, and we still don't be understand. We still don't be understand, but that's okay. That's okay. But yeah,
We
like
figure it out. We figure it out eventually.
figure it out. We figure it out. And the more you put the pieces together, the more you remember who you are. The more you remember, like put together. Put yourself back together. Pick up the pieces. The more you do that, the more you connect with that God energy, girl. With that God is divine energy. Like, it's nothing better. It's nothing better, you know?
So
To create.
discuss with them some of the benefits of the products that you offer.
Okay, so all right, let's think of my product list here. So I have steams. I have yoni steams. If you don't know, yoni steaming is an ancient ritual or method to break open the essential properties of herbs, and they reach your womb and help with inflammation. It helps with correcting anything that has to do with the uterus or reproductive system. It helps with complications that could cause endometriosis, PCOS, or bad periods, things of that nature. So it's essentially using herbs um, and the value of herbs to address and maintain, because you don't have to have anything going on to use the steams, but to maintain a healthy yoni and a healthy womb. So I have Titan Way, and there is something I wanted to say when we was talking about how I got started with my business. So when I used to get recurrent BV, which is bacteria vaginosis. It's an infection, and I used to get it, and they say that you could get it from like using the same towel more than once, or not wiping correctly, or things of that nature. But I was doing those things. It was internal for me. Okay. When you carry around sexual trauma or any type of trauma, you have energy placements called chakras. So when you carry around sexual trauma, it's stored, around that pelvic area. And so you might not understand why you keep getting an infection. You think, and you're doing everything physically right, but you're still getting this. It's because you haven't dealt with, healed, or forgiven your sexual trauma. And so when I started steaming, I said, well, this is a natural remedy. Let me see what I can do with steaming. So I went to I Dream of Steams, which was run by Sharon LaSalle. and I tried.
Yeah, that's who I got my first steams from.
Oh, really? So yeah, I got my steam from her, and I used it, and I was like, "Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot." So I ended up taking her steam course because she offered a STEM entrepreneur class or whatever. So I took the class with her, and she taught me, the herbs and everything. And I kept telling her like, okay, so how we gonna do this? Because I already felt in my heart that I was gonna take off running. So I wanted to make sure that she got her credit, and I wanted to make sure that I was doing everything that she was okay with when it came to being a distributor. But I ended up parting ways and doing my own thing. But my steam recipes did come from her. So my recipes came from her. Now, to build off of that, I started connecting and researching and finding my own creative way to present the herbs. So that's when I came out with the Lit Cat Bar, the soap. And that's when I came out with Juicy Mint Yoni oil, which is the Yoni oil, the deodorizer, and all the different type of bath bombs and stuff. All those things came directly from me. Um, so that's how I got started. That's how I got started. So shout out to Sharon. Um, I thank you so much. Now the steaming thing is definitely near and dear to me because it helped me. I haven't had BV since. Praise God. And it definitely helped me.
So
It's not.
look, the steam I got from you,
Uh-huh.
that Jane had me like, do he deserve it? I don't think he deserved it.
Yes, because I told you,
That
like,
thing had me feeling some type of way. I was like, I was
yeah,
feeling myself, and I had got a fresh wax and got my feet done and my nails done. Like I was doing a self-care day. I gave myself a facial and stuff, and I was just like, I'm gonna say this for myself. I took pictures of myself and everything. I was feeling myself that day. It was
yes. And see, that's what
okay.
I had asked myself, how do I present something that everyone is doing? Because she had other clients buying the same product from her. And I'm like, so how do I really make this my own and present something that's different? And Spirit was like, because you lit. Like, we doing this from the inside out. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to add affirmations with mine. Like, I want to make sure that we're really connecting to.
That's what did it. That's what did it.
Because I'm like, I know that I healed myself by addressing my traumas from the inside out. It wasn't the steam. It helped. It was a tool, just like everything is a tool. Just like crystals are tools, sage is a tool, candles are a tool, your deck and your tarot card, all those things are tools. But like I said before, it's the intention behind it. And I said that is what's going to differentiate me from the other people, because I want to make sure that
I'm so weak. You talk
no,
about tarot and stuff. I got.
girl, let me tell you something.
When I
Oh,
say soul tribe, y'all don't be understanding. All my stuff is upstairs on my altar. Well, my altar upstairs because I have
yeah,
like 3 altars. But anyway, if you know, you know. If you
you
don't,
know,
you don't.
you
See,
know,
okay,
I had to break
okay.
things down with me while I, sat here. That's why I was kind of mad. I had to get up, but
Yeah, I got my stuff. I got sage and my Palo Santos and stuff, and certain crystals are around me. But
yeah,
I'm a Taurus, so of course this is on me.
okay.
And then I make the jewelry with the different crystals.
Yes, I gotta get with you. I love it. Um, so, oh, okay. So, understanding that everything starts as energy first. So, with steaming, I do offer tight and wet steam, which is pretty much to spruce it on up, get it back together. It also helps.
Snap that pussy back.
Yes. Okay. Like a virgin. Yes, that. So that's for that. And it also has, the healthy pH to help you maintain a healthy pH balance. All of those properties. We have steams geared towards your menstrual cycle. So if you have issues around that time, we have the postpartum one to get you back, get everything back working after you have a baby. We have fertility one that helps you get prepared for a baby. And we have, that's it. Menstrual, tight and wet, postpartum, fertility. Yeah, that. So we have those. We also have the bath bombs, which are oil-based bombs. So, it lubricates everything. Your skin all the way up to your uterus, honey. So you can take a bath, and that's really recommended for, like, pregnant women or women that have an IUD, because it's not really safe to steam while you have that going on, because steaming opens up the cervix. So we don't want you to have no issues with your IUD moving or the baby moving or nothing like that. So the soap, that's why I came up with the soap and the bath bombs, because I had a lot of customers like, I want to try your
I
product.
gotta order some more stuff from you, because when I was getting stuff from her, all I see was steams. But that's
Yeah.
why I said I've been watching her. She was, you know what I'm saying. She didn't elevate it and things. Got to support her. We
Girl,
got to
yeah.
support her.
And we got the juicy box, the juicy box that comes with a soap, YONI oil, and a bath bomb. Got little cute looks, stuff going on, collective packages and stuff like that. And
I love it.
yeah, and y'all know we got a sale going on right now to tomorrow. I might extend it, but we got one going on right now to tomorrow with Cold Pressure, PRESSHA, and you get 15.
Period.
Yeah, 15% off all orders. But ultimately, Little Kitty Magic is about illuminating the magic within you, illuminated from the inside out. Ultimately, your job is not to heal anyone, but your life should be a reflection of light, which illuminates the light within them, so they choose to heal themselves. So that's what we about. And I specialize in sexual trauma because I've been through it, and I've graduated from, hurting to helping. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
that's why I'm in school to be a sex therapist.
yeah,
And I want to open a halfway house for people who went to jail for crimes against their abusers, or people that assaulted them. So I want to have a transitional house where they can heal, like have somebody who's been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Who's been through the
I
healing
love
process,
that.
that can translate it to them. That's why I'm getting licensed, because I will be the therapist. But then also I have nieces and stuff that do hair, so they'll be able to, through their programs, earn money to go to the salon in the facility and get their hair done, to be able to go to the boutique and purchase stuff that's like up to date and at the Goodwill and stuff like that, like by them following their program, so that when they have interviews or when they have family visits and stuff like that, they can present themselves how they choose to, type thing. So um
I love. I
like,
love.
yeah, that's what I'm working, that's what all of this is about. That's what the podcast came from. That's where my art comes from. Like, me living with the stuff that I've had to live with and act like it didn't happen for so long. I had to live with the what happens in this house stays in this house. And you know even when I wasn't in that household anymore, it translated for me. So it was like, even things that happened to me as an adult, I felt like that. Like, what happens in this house stays in this house. And I suppressed so many things that I watched myself, like, cause a lot of sabotage everywhere.
To understand too the things that we say, the power behind words, like the power behind words, that is a curse. What happens in this house stays.
Words are spells.
Yes,
People do not believe it.
that's why it's called. But it's called gospel. It's called go spell. Go spell some shit and create it. That's what it's called. But I don't understand why people don't want to believe it. But the thing is, you're saying what happens in this house stays in this house. You are the house. Your body is the house that houses
Exactly. So
the
that's who
spirit
was
of God.
carrying. That's who was carrying all the stuff that was happening in that house.
Yeah, your house, you carrying all the stuff that's happening in the house because you done cursed yourself to believe what happens has to stay. But baby, no, 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 no. Anything my energy walked myself into, I can elevate the walk out of. Okay, ain't no stuck. We ain't
And
stuck.
that's also what I like when I really came to that revelation. And like that's why I said my spiritual journey, I've been on a journey for like 6 years, but it really happened when I left my marriage. Like when I really realized, when I came to the realization, I want to genuinely be happy. I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody because everybody says it looks good, and oh, you got 3 children's fathers, you need to be in a relationship with one of them and all this other stuff. No, I'm going to be with who completes that other part of me. I'm going to make me happy. So I'm not worried about them making me happy.
Right.
I'm worried about them adding to my happiness, and them investing in my happiness and all of that type of thing. If we can, have that connection, then cool. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a tag along. I'm not looking for a building nigga. I'm not looking for none of that. Just
Girl,
because it looked cute to y'all, just because the family pictures look like a complete family and all that stuff. But deep down inside, I know he's not healed, and I'm trying to heal myself. He don't care about healing himself. He don't care about being